A 1-year-old dog smashing her head against a door to wake her owner. A cat refusing to leave an elderly woman for 20 hours. A dolphin pushing a drowning swimmer to shore. These aren't fairy tales. These are real stories. And today, I'm counting down the top 5 animals that saved human lives. Welcome to Amazing Animal Tales. In this video, we're looking at 5 incredible true stories of animals who became heroes. Some of them made headlines. Others were quietly heroic, but all of them did something extraordinary. They saved a human life. Let's get started with number 5. Number 5. Natara, the 1-year-old dog who wouldn't let her owner sleep through a fire. In June 2024, a fire broke out in an apartment building in Albany, New York. It was the middle of the night. Most residents were asleep, but one dog knew something was wrong. Her name was Natara. She was a 1-year-old Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Young, energetic. And on this night, she became a hero. Her owner, Nicholas, was sound asleep when the fire started. He didn't hear the smoke alarms, he didn't smell the smoke. But Natara did. She started barking, loudly, frantically. When that didn't wake Nicholas, she did something desperate. She started slamming her head against his bedroom door. Over and over, harder and harder. Nicholas finally woke up. He opened the door, and that's when he saw it. Smoke. Thick black smoke filling the hallway. The building was on fire. He grabbed Natara and ran. They made it out of the building just minutes before the fire spread to his apartment. Firefighters arrived and contained the blaze, but Nicholas's apartment was severely damaged. He told reporters later, "If it wasn't for Natara, I'd be dead. She saved my life. She's my hero." Natara's quick thinking and refusal to give up saved Nicholas that night. And she was only 1 year old. That's number 5. But the next story is even more incredible. Let's move to number 4. Number 4. The chocolate Labrador who stayed with his lost owner for 3 days in 100-degree heat. In July 2024, an elderly woman with dementia got lost in the mountains of central Utah. She wandered away from her family and disappeared into the wilderness. Search and rescue teams were called. Helicopters searched from above. But the terrain was vast and temperatures were brutal, over 100 degrees. For 3 days, she was missing. No food, no water. At her age, with her condition, rescuers feared the worst, but she wasn't alone. Her chocolate Labrador had followed her. And even though he wasn't on a leash, even though he could have left at any time, he stayed by her side for 3 full days. On the 3rd day, search teams heard barking. They followed the sound, and there she was, lying in the shade of some rocks. Exhausted, dehydrated, but alive. And her dog was right beside her. Rescuers said if she'd been out there even a few more hours, she wouldn't have made it. But her dog stayed with her, protected her, and when help arrived, he made sure they found her. Both the woman and her dog survived, and that Labrador is the reason she's alive today. Number 4 was about loyalty. But number 3? Number 3 is about pure courage. Number 3, Hero, the Akita who fought off coyotes for 2 freezing nights. In April 2024, a man and his dog, Hero, were in the wilderness of Alberta, Canada. Something went wrong. The man was injured and couldn't move. He was stranded in a remote area, and temperatures were dropping below freezing. As night fell, coyotes appeared. Coyotes are pack hunters. They're smart. They're persistent. And they sensed weakness. But Hero, an Akita, positioned himself between his owner and the coyotes. He barked, he charged, he fought them off. All night long. The next day, the man was still unable to move. And that night, the coyotes came back. Hero fought again. For 2 full nights, he stood guard. He didn't sleep. He didn't eat. He just fought. By the 2nd morning, Hero was exhausted. He could barely stand. But he had done his job. He had kept his owner alive. When hikers finally found them, they said Hero was completely spent. He had given everything he had. The man was airlifted to a hospital. Hero was treated by veterinarians. Both survived. People raised over $3,000 for Hero's recovery. Because when your dog fights off a pack of coyotes for 2 days straight, you don't call him a good boy, you call him a hero. That's number 3. But number 2? Number 2 involves a journey that seems almost impossible. Number 2, the dog who ran 4 miles through the wilderness to save her owner from a ravine. In June 2024, Brandon Garrett was driving on a remote mountain road in Oregon. His truck went off the road and plunged into a steep ravine. The truck was destroyed. Brandon was injured, broken ribs, a fractured spine, and he was trapped at the bottom of a ravine so deep that climbing out was impossible. He had no cell service, no way to call for help. He was alone, except for his 4 dogs. 3 of them stayed with him, but one dog did something extraordinary. She ran up the steep embankment, through the forest, 4 miles back to the campsite where Brandon's family was waiting. 4 miles. When she arrived, she was exhausted, covered in dirt, but she wouldn't stop barking. She kept running toward the road and coming back like she was saying, "Follow me." Brandon's family followed her. She led them straight to the edge of the ravine. They called for help. Rescuers arrived with ropes and equipment. They pulled Brandon out. Doctors said if he'd been down there much longer, he might not have survived. But that dog ran 4 miles, found help, and brought them back. She saved his life. That was number 2. And now we've reached number 1, the most incredible animal rescue story of them all. Number 1. Moko, the dolphin who saved 2 stranded whales. In 2008, 2 pygmy sperm whales, a mother and her calf, became stranded on a beach in New Zealand. They were stuck in shallow water, confused, and unable to find their way back to the deep ocean. Rescuers tried for hours to guide them out, but every time they pushed the whales toward deeper water, the whales would turn around and swim back to shore. They were going to die. Rescuers were running out of options, and then something incredible happened. A dolphin appeared. Her name was Moko. She was a bottlenose dolphin known to locals. She was friendly, curious, and often seen playing near the coast. But on this day, Moko did something no one expected. She swam up to the 2 stranded whales. She made clicking and whistling sounds, dolphin communication. And then she started swimming. Slowly, deliberately, away from the shore, toward the deep ocean. The whales followed her. Moko guided them through a narrow channel, past rocks and shallow areas, into safe, deep water. Once the whales were safe, Moko swam away. Just like that. She had saved them. Rescuers who witnessed it said they'd never seen anything like it. Dr. Malcolm Smith, one of the marine mammal experts on the scene, said, "Moko came along and fixed the problem. She showed them the way out. It was absolutely remarkable." No one knows why Moko did it, but she did. And because of her, 2 whales lived. That's number 1. Moko the dolphin, who saved 2 whales. So there you have it. 5 animals, 5 incredible stories. From dogs fighting coyotes to dolphins guiding whales to safety, these animals remind us that heroism isn't just a human trait. Sometimes the greatest heroes have 4 legs, or fins, or wings. If this video inspired you, let me know in the comments. Which story was your favorite? And if you've ever witnessed an animal do something extraordinary, share it below. Subscribe for more amazing animal stories, and remember, animals aren't just our companions, they're our heroes. Thanks for watching.